Today we're going to talk about gratitude. Thank you for joining me. Now, the reason why you might have clicked onto this video is because you wanted to find out a bit more about gratitude. I'm glad, because that's what we're going to talk about. So, what is gratitude? Is gratitude just merely words of saying thank you? Like thank you for these, these gorgeous thistles. I don't know if you can see them. These purple flowers, they're thistle. Reminds me of Scotland. Or is gratitude just, the ability to say thank you? And by that I mean because you were given something, right? Or is it more than just thank you? Is it more, what is the difference between appreciation and gratitude? Is there a difference? And why does it matter? Does gratitude really matter? Does it apply to my life? And if so, how do I apply it? Do I just say thank you and that means gratitude? It's amazing how many things are flying around in nature, right? You can't control nature. So let's start off and see if it applies to you. Let me give you a little bit about me. So I've recently written a book. It's published on Amazon. It's called Gratitude and You, and it's by J.F.K. Stern, S-T-E-R-N. And I'll put a link down below. I'm pointing to the field, which is green. The cover of the book is green as well, and it looks a bit very naturey as well. So, having published that, which really is where I started, is because I wasn't very grateful in my own life. I was one of those people who's such an ungrateful brat. I have, living in the first world. I've been giving. Sorry, there was a bird flying by, and being given so much in the world, and having worked my backside off to get to where I've gotten to think, well, I don't have to be grateful to anyone. Why should I be grateful to anyone? I mean, I accomplished all this myself. Seriously, who do I have to thank? Apart from moi, right? And whenever I received something, I found it really difficult. I'd just be like, oh wow, thank you so much, and just be like, then, oh, but you shouldn't have, oh, you really shouldn't have, oh well, right? And I was really finding it difficult to receive. So I had all that going on. So it was amazing because when you realize something about yourself and you're like, wow, I really am not grateful for all that I have. And when it's taken away from you, suddenly you realize how much you do have. And recently, this past week, I've been on a mission to really clean my environment. I'm not talking about the nature here. This is not my environment. This is just a place where I'm walking, well, not just, but it's a place where I'm walking outside in nature just to get some fresh air. And especially with current environment, and even though the world is opening up, so rather than being cooped up inside. So really grateful for fresh air and just being able to walk and, not feel so stiff because of sitting down and working at home all day. But what I realised is just through cleaning and just, donating stuff and giving stuff away is, oh my goodness, how much stuff I really do have. Now, how does that link with gratitude? It's because I really haven't realised how much stuff I do have, because I don't actually have loads of stuff, but I realised over the years, having piled it away, put it away into cupboards, or every time I moved, I would take it with me and never decluttered, and really nice shoes or really nice clothes that I've never worn, but always thought, oh, I've worn once or twice, and just thought, okay, I'll wear those, and because they're expensive, I don't want to throw them away, and I've only worn them once, and I don't want to throw them away, and because, yeah, and that attachment there, and giving stuff away and throwing stuff away, it was really hard. I found it really difficult, if I'm honest. And because I just thought I spent all this money, but I couldn't seem to be able to let go. And then on the flip side, I wasn't really grateful for the stuff I had, because I was just collecting. And as I did some research for my book, I realized that actually how we are internally is the environment around us is reflected, right? So how, for example, somebody who's quite messy, somebody might be okay with that. I'm really creative. People might be okay with that. Other people might not, because whatever's going on internally, I found, like, whenever my environment is cluttered and not well kept, It's like that's the state of my mind. And hoarding is scientifically, it's linked to mental health. And you will find, I'm sure, you know, wherever you are in the world, you'll find that lots of videos, especially here in the UK. So I'm in the UK, and we have TV programs where they go in and firemen couldn't even get into the building. And I remember one shockingly guy where he was, you know, there was mold and there was stacks and stacks of like newspapers, and the firemen, just to show him, those parakeets, and just to show them, the viewers and him, how dangerous it was, because nobody could get in and it was a hazard. And it just made me realize how you know, doing this research for my book, how really ungrateful I was. I really didn't think it was a big issue. And then I've just really kept quiet. And because I haven't been grateful, I've not really, it's amazing, isn't it? Oh, how you discover how things are linked. So for me, it was really important. I recently was on Brian Rose, and, you know, for London Real. And I did an interview there, and Brian got me to really get present to the fact that, you know, how selfish I was being, how ungrateful I was being, because I wasn't sharing this mission of mine. I wasn't really sharing with others this work that I'd done that could help so many people, because I just thought, what the heck, people don't care about gratitude. People are like me, they really aren't bothered. I'm sure they'll learn themselves, and, you know, who really cares? And so I haven't really been promoting my book. I haven't really shared with people, hey, there's a book, it's got practical exercises in it, stuff that's really helped me, stuff that I've done that's really made me, you know, far more successful than I used to be. I thought I was successful then. And really helped in every area of my life, you know, so health, wealth, relationships, and so forth. So what I'm gonna just share with you now is fast forward a bit. So just practically, how I've been doing, how I've been practicing gratitude. Let me just show you before we walk on the lake that I'm standing by. This is the lake. This is, honestly, I'm so grateful that I came out, because I've been cooped up inside, and it's been, you know, it's not really good for your health to be cooped up inside. It's just sitting all day, and, you know, just you end up being really stiff. So what I was saying was the fact that of being grateful. Now, honestly, normally I'd be traveling to London and I'd be working, and just getting on with my day, right? And just be attached to the screen. I used to love nature as a kid, but I've totally forgotten. I'm totally not present to what's around me. Like, you know, so I'm stopping and I'm going to show you like what's around me. So we'll just take a peek when we're talking about gratitude. Normally you would just walk and you would not be present to what's around you. So just some of the flowers, like I said, thistle and like a daisy and so forth. And, you know, it's just amazing. It's amazing. Like, I'm being grateful that, you know what, there's hardly anybody around, so I get to shoot this video in quiet, and you can hear the birds tweeting. There's a breeze. There's like, look, there's yellow flowers. There's so much greenery, so much beauty. And scientifically, there is research that proves that just being out in nature, especially because it's green, and that green color has an immense impact on our mental health. And I feel so much better from, you know, a few days of being cooped up and not going out and just continuing, excuse me, with work and so forth, that I've really forgotten, you know, like how to be grateful for what I have. And I was talking to someone recently, and I realized actually the fact that even though the condition of the world is happening, that we're so lucky in the UK, because we have, you know, we've got so many supermarkets, we've got so many, like I have family and friends and so forth, and there are people in this world who don't have that, and I just take it for granted. So what is gratitude? What is gratitude? Gratitude is basically, look, a dragonfly, a blue dragonfly, I don't know if you can see it, and Gratitude is appreciation. It's that ability to recognize and say and really vocalize that appreciation. Now, if I give you, for example, a gift, right, and it's, I don't know, a Mont Blanc pen. Yes, please. If anybody's willing to send me a Mont Blanc pen, I've had that dream as a kid to have my own Mont Blanc pen, okay? And a gorgeous notepad. So just putting it out there. But my point is, it really is showing your appreciation. It's going beyond just, oh, thanks. It's really acknowledging that somebody did something for me. Now, you might not believe in a higher power. You don't necessarily have to for this video, right? I'm not saying to be able to practice gratitude, you have to believe in somebody higher than you. But I do. I believe in a creator. I believe in a power far superior than any human being, right? And what I'm saying is that's how I practice gratitude. I say like to human beings, and I give great gratitude towards the creator who has created all this, such an abundance. So my point is that's how we're expressing gratitude, right? So what I'm going to do is sit down and I'm going to talk some more, okay? So I'm just going to put myself here amongst the daisies and so forth and talk to you. So hope you're loving the scenery. I love daisies, by the way. So what does gratitude look like apart from just saying thank you? Now, what I do is I do write gratitude cards. So somebody gives me a gift and I will say thank you and what it meant to me, because that person didn't have to, they didn't have to give you that gift. And I've had, honestly, in my life, if I look at some of the gifts that I've been given by people, as leaving presents, as gifts on a special occasion, or just, on a celebration, I just think, man, I didn't deserve those. I didn't do anything to deserve that, right? And I am so profoundly touched by people's just love and kindness. And I really want them to, sorry, there are ducks flying around and so forth, and bees. So you'll notice that my glance keeps going over somewhere. So I keep getting, looking over, just appreciating the beauty around me as well. So it's a rare occasion because like I said, I haven't been out for a few days. So my point is that that's one way of expressing gratitude. Now, how else could we do something? Now, I do workshops, and I would absolutely love you to come along to one of my workshops. I do them online. So I just leave a message within below on this video, and what I'll do is I'll contact you and you can come along and join, and they will be online on Zoom, and they'll be regular ones as well, where we go and do practical exercises that have helped people to be really successful, from improving their relationships, improving their wealth, improving their health, like people who've struggled with insomnia, it's helped them sleep, just improve their diet, their health in essence. Now, isn't the old saying of health is wealth, right? Or yeah, so that's so important. Now, how else do you practice? Personally, you could be noting something every single day. Keep it like Oprah Winfrey, for example, keeps a gratitude journal. I have an ant walking on me, and she's kept, oh, the bee wanted to be part of the video too. So basically, she's trying not to get distracted with the ant walking up and down my arm. So she's basically, been keeping a journal since her 20s, and just honestly, I will never forget when she was sharing about how she was thinking of dreams and a bubble maker, and somebody gave her a Tiffany's bubble maker, and she just put it out there, like she said, and like she keeps it in her bathroom. The woman is such an inspiration, honestly. I so admire her and what she's been able to achieve. And she said a lot of her success is due to just being grateful for what she has. And even if it's a penny, like T. Harv Eker, for example, love the guy. So T Harv, if you're listening to this video, hi, hi. And he says how basically he finds a penny and he kisses it, and he is so, you know, appreciative of that. And really, that's what gratitude is. Now, there's a lot more to it, right? There's a lot of research that's been done in Berkeley, and a ton of research that connects it with all the different aspects of our lives. However, I want you to know, and I'd love you to come to my workshop and definitely grab the book while it's available there on Amazon. And it's JFK Stern, and it's called Gratitude and You. And funny enough, it's a picture of nature as well, as in swirly bits of green and white. And it's taken a lifetime to write that book. So everything that's made me, you know, successful in my world, I've put it out there for you. Everything that's worked, and honestly, some of those techniques I've really, you know, like gone through the mill with them, because I didn't want to do them, or because I was half slacked. And then once I started practicing them, they really work. You know, often you're told, like, just do it, and you don't want to do it because somebody else has told you. And that's what I was like. I'm not practicing this law. Well, seriously, no.